True kindness reveals itself in moments when nothing is expected in return. It is not driven by recognition, reward, or personal gain, but by a sincere concern for another human being. In this story, the simple act of offering a jacket to a shivering stranger at a bus stop becomes a powerful example of what compassion truly means. The man did not stop to ask who she was, where she came from, or what she could give back. He only saw someone cold and uncomfortable and chose to help. This moment reminds us that genuine kindness is instinctive. It comes from empathy, the ability to feel another person's discomfort as if it were our own. In a world where people often calculate their actions based on benefits or consequences, such selfless behavior stands out. The jacket was not expensive, yet the gesture carried immense warmth, dignity, and humanity. It showed that kindness does not depend on wealth, status, or importance. It depends on the heart. What makes this act even more meaningful is the lack of awareness about who the woman truly was. Had the man known she was a CEO, his action might have been seen as strategic or opportunistic. But because he didn't know, his kindness was pure. It was given freely, without conditions, and without expectation of reward. That is what makes it powerful. Kindness without expectation has a ripple effect. It restores faith, builds connections, and reminds people that goodness still exists in everyday life. Sometimes one small, thoughtful act can change how someone views the world or even change the course of a life. This story teaches us that when we choose compassion for its own sake, we don't just help others, we elevate our own humanity. In everyday life, people are often judged by what can be seen on the surface: clothing, posture, surroundings, or social position. This story powerfully reminds us how misleading those appearances can be. At the bus stop, the woman looked like any ordinary person, vulnerable and cold, with no visible sign of power or wealth. The man who offered his jacket had no idea who she truly was. And that is exactly what makes the moment meaningful. Hidden identities test real character. When status and titles are invisible, actions become honest and unfiltered. The man's decision to help was not influenced by respect for authority or the hope of advantage. He acted simply because it was the right thing to do. In that moment, his character spoke louder than words, proving that integrity does not depend on circumstances. It reveals itself naturally through behavior. The woman's hidden identity as a CEO adds depth to the message. Despite her success and position, she experienced the same human vulnerability as anyone else. This shows that wealth and power do not remove basic human needs. At the same time, her reaction to the man's kindness reflects her own character. True greatness is not just about reaching the top, but about recognizing and valuing humanity at every level. This story challenges us to look beyond labels and appearances. It encourages us to treat everyone with respect and compassion, regardless of who we think they are. Real character is not proven in grand speeches or public recognition, but in quiet moments when no one is watching. When identities are hidden, hearts are revealed, and that is where true worth is found. Life often changes not through dramatic events, but through quiet, unexpected moments. A single selfless gesture at a bus stop offering a jacket to someone shivering in the cold may seem insignificant at first. Yet this small act becomes a powerful turning point, proving that even the simplest good deeds can create extraordinary outcomes. The man did not plan to change a life that day. He only followed his conscience in a moment of need. Small gestures carry a unique power because they are sincere and human. They do not require wealth, influence, or special effort, only awareness and empathy. In a fast-paced world where people are often lost in their own struggles, taking a moment to help someone else stands out. That brief interaction at the bus stop may have lasted only seconds, but its impact extended far beyond that moment. What makes such gestures truly life-changing is their ripple effect. Kindness inspires gratitude, gratitude inspires generosity, and generosity spreads further. Kindness, for the woman, that act may have restored her faith in humanity at a time when she felt vulnerable and alone. For the man, it reaffirmed the value of compassion and the strength of doing what is right, even when no reward is expected. Extraordinary outcomes are often born from ordinary choices. A jacket shared, a hand offered, or a kind word spoken can open doors no one anticipates. This story reminds us that we never know how far our actions will reach. When we choose kindness in small moments, we may unknowingly set in motion events that change lives, starting with our own.